Welcome back to Just the Good Bits, Good Tips for Life. This is part 2 of a 3-part series of how to make a gallon of hard apple cider. Most equipment will be in your own kitchen. I have the cheapest bottler you can get. I didn't use this one, I used a more expensive one, but there's more than one option for bottling if you're going to go that way. Be right back. For the equipment, you'll need either 8 plastic Coke bottles or 10 regular beer bottles, caps for whichever bottles you use, a funnel, a ladle. All equipment must be cleaned and sanitized. Refer to part 1 of this process. Let's make the primer, which is the correct amount of yeast food to create proper carbonation. You need 1 cup of water, 1 ounce of honey, 1/3 cup of stevia in the raw. The stevia is optional. It adds body and sweetness to your cider. If you don't want it, you can leave it out. Stevia does not react to the yeast. That's why it adds that sweetness. Let's boil for 3 minutes, and we'll be back in 3. Now, add to a pot large enough to hold your batch of cider and your primer. Remember, all ingredients must be sanitized. Refer to part 1 for sanitizing instructions. This is our primer we boiled for 3 minutes. Got that in there. Now we're going to take the lid off our fermenter. This might be easier than I thought, huh? Harder than I thought. Now, we're not racking, we're doing this simple, so we're going to easily pour that in. We want to try to leave that yeast on the bottom as much as possible. Gently pour it in and try to leave that yeast. I should say the yeast sediment. There's still yeast suspended in here because we're going to use the suspended yeast to create carbonation in our beer. Our cider, excuse me. The yeast sediment's still there. Amazing, right? We're going to get ready to bottle. We'll be right back. Let's bottle. We're going to start off with our recycled soda bottle that we talked about. And I'm going to show you how to cap a bottle the traditional way with a regular beer bottle. There's a quicker way to do this, but you'd have to buy a bottling one. That's how you do the recycled soda bottle. Now we're going to do this bottle. We're going to leave some headspace. And we're going to put our cap in here. Put our bottle in underneath. Now, wait 10 to 14 days for proper carbonation and be ready to drink. If you don't want to carbonate because you're not set up for that, you can just put it in a mason jar. Skip the honey. If you want to adjust the sweetness, you can still boil the stevia for 3 minutes and add it in. Stay tuned for part 3. We're going to come back and taste this in 10 to 14 days. Let's say 2 weeks. Carbonate it and show you what it's like.